Okay, so you really want to use Google Analytics to track visitors and traffic on your website or your blog, but you've never set it up, and all this talk about tracking codes and installing code on your website is scary, right? Well, don't worry, because I'm going to show you the easy way to do it. I'll show you how to set up Google Analytics the quick way, and I'll show you how to install the tracking code. Super simple, as long as you have a WordPress website or blog. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is create a Google Analytics account. Now, if you have Gmail, you can use that, and it makes it really easy to sign into all your Google stuff. But either way, what you need to do is go to analytics.google.com, and since I already have an account, it logs me in right away, but I'm going to show you what you would see otherwise. Okay, so let me just find the right account here. So if you don't already have properties in your Google Analytics account, which would be the case if you're setting it up new, all you'll see is this account section, and it will be blank, and it will ask you to create a new account. Now, you'll want to keep this checked. It's for website, not using a mobile app, and you want to name your account. Now, this can be anything. Really doesn't matter, just as long as it's relevant to you. So, I mean, you could literally name it your name. I'm just going to call this a test account right now. Now, the website name would be whatever your blog or website name is. I'm going to use my business website for this. You'll see below I enter the URL. So this, again, it's really just for reference to make it easy for you to locate if you have multiple properties in here. Then you want to enter the website URL. I'm going to go grab it from my website here that's already open. Otherwise, you'll just want to enter your URL in here. Now I need to make sure and get the HTTP out of there. Now, it's not really a big deal to include a category. You can get by without doing it, but it kind of allows Google to better serve your results. Then you want to pick the time zone that you're located in, so that all of your metrics are associated with the proper time of day. We're in Central Time. Now, this data sharing settings, it's not really important. I leave them all checked. It will send Google information if things crash or don't work properly. I would just leave them set. Alright, so what we're doing here is getting a tracking ID. They're going to make you accept these terms of service, basically just saying Google can track all the stuff on the website that you're giving them. Click accept. Okay, now this is the information that we're going to use to put our code on the website so that it connects to Google Analytics. So for now, we're going to leave this open here. Now, if you have a WordPress site, you want to log into the back end, your admin section, where I'm at here. If you don't have a WordPress site, the installation of the tracking code is a little bit more difficult, and depending on what the site is built with, it can be very difficult, or it can be just a little bit more difficult than with WordPress. The nice thing about WordPress is we can use plugins. So I'm going to show you how to use a plugin in WordPress to install the tracking code from our Google Analytics account over here, and it'll make it super quick and easy. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is go to plugins. And we're going to want to add a new plugin. Now the plugin that we want to add is called Google Analyticator. Okay, you see this is plugin's got a lot of installs, high rating, compatible. This was just updated a week ago. Never want to use plugins that are not updated recently, if they have a really low amount of downloads or ratings. There's other ones on here that would be fine. This is the one I'm familiar with and it works great, and it's really easy to install the code with this. So you can see mine's already active because I already have it. Otherwise it would say install now. Click install now. It would install, and then it will take you back to the plugins page where you would activate it, and I'll show you what happens when you are going to activate it. So this reset button, you won't see this when you do a fresh install. It will just say activate. So what happens when I reset mine is it will give me the same options as you would see when you are going to activate it. So you have two options here: Google authentication code. Basically you could connect to your Google Analytics account by clicking here and allow it to access the dashboard of your WordPress admin backend, and it'll allow you to set up Google dashboards from Google Analytics in WordPress here. I don't do that. I don't need to, because I use the Google Analytics dashboard. It's a lot more robust, and if I'm doing anything with traffic and data analysis, I just use the interface of Google Analytics because it's much more intuitive. So I don't even mess with this. All you're going to want to do is say I don't want to authenticate through Google. It just means that they're still going to allow you to trace the place the tracking code, but you won't have a dashboard functionality, which, like I said, you don't need if you just want to use the Google Analytics interface over here. So you'll see in a sec. I'm going to continue without authentication. And so it's giving you this warning that the integration is disabled. Well, all that means is the integration to use the dashboards. What we want is down here. The analytics account. See how it's filled in blank here with X's. This is how simple it is. You go back over here to your Google Analytics account you just created. Just grab the tracking ID, paste the whole thing in here. You don't have to worry about hiding the user ID here after you save it if you're the only one that's ever in here, or if anyone else that's in here, as long as you trust them. They don't really, you need to worry about it. These tracking settings, nothing to mess with in here. Really nothing you need to mess with at all. None of it's relevant. All we needed was this tracking code. Make sure and click Save Changes. Okay, settings were saved. So what WordPress has done in the back end here, what this plugin has done, is taken all this messy code right here and placed it on your website with your tracking ID just by pasting the tracking ID. It's super simple. Now, what you want to remember is, if we go back in here, so it's created an account for Inertia Digital Marketing as the property. This is the website property. See the code here that matches? And then it's created a view. It's called all website data. That just means there's no filters set up, there's no special segment set up. It's just giving you all the data that's going to come into the website. It's going to track all of it. So what we want to do now is go back here under this property and go into property settings. Now, what you want to do is enable demographic and interest reports. I don't know why they still make you turn this on, but as your data collects over time, you'll have access to all this demographic information, such as the age and gender of people visiting your site, some location data, a couple other things. Just extra info. Why they make you turn it on, I don't know. Everything else in here, pretty straightforward. You don't have to mess with any of it. Click save. And success, we're all good there. Now if we go back here, there's just one thing I want to look at. We want to look at the view settings. So like I said, you set up the account, and then you have a property, which is your website. Well, you can have multiple views. We're not going to worry about multiple views, but you want to make sure and have the right settings set up in your all website view. Okay, so the time zone carried over, that's all good. Site search tracking, whether or not you want to track your users' queries on your site. Learn more about. That just means if you have a site that has a search box, and it's mostly like e-commerce sites where they have a bunch of products, and you want to track what people type in the search box, you'd enable that. I don't think, I guess a blog with a big variety of topics, it might benefit from that. You could turn it on. It doesn't harm anything. Bot filtering, it was a big deal for about a year. I don't even mess with it anymore. There's just spammy bots and spiders, they call them, that go around and visit websites, automated stuff. Google's got a pretty good handle on it now. I don't even mess with checking the box anymore. So if all this looks good, and if you made any changes, click save. If not, you're good. Cancel. Okay, so as far as that goes, everything's set up in your Google Analytics dashboard here. If you click the reporting tab, this is where your traffic stats are going to start showing up. Go to today's date, see. There won't be anything in here for probably 6 to 12 hours. It just takes Google that long for a new account to start collecting data. I think the data is coming in this whole time, but Google doesn't send it out to your analytics account right away. Once it starts coming in, you'll start seeing all the data. I'll show you what a live account looks like. So here we go, this one. So this is a live account for the month. Now our other post goes into detail of what you'll want to use and what you want to see in these different metrics. So other than that, you should be set up. Just get the plugin, install it, add your tracking code, and in about 12 hours you'll start getting traffic to your Google Analytics account. If after 12 hours or so you aren't getting traffic, there's probably an issue with your installation over here, because as long as this has the right domain included in your setup and you install the plugin on the right domain, this is all you need to do is paste the code and click save. So if you have any trouble, reach out to us, let us know. We'll do what we can to help. Alright, thanks.